Hey, it's Dr. Fred with Elite Coaching, and we're coming to you today because we're having our annual seminar. Shoot, it's already June. It's October 25th, 26th. So we're getting a little bit of a late start getting to you. But I'm so thrilled about this seminar because, in coaching people and coaching chiropractors, I find that people are only successful in their practice as their conviction of their purpose and their emotional spiritual development. So the more powerful you are spiritually, the more powerful you are emotionally, the more powerful your purpose and conviction is expressed, the more powerful that your practice and your life is going to be. So rather than coming to you guys with systems and chiropractic, this is going to be a self-empowerment, maybe a bit of a mirror, and we have certainly world-class leaders that are going to speak there that, like you, Selena, that this is what you do, man. You help people around the world, man, to open up their chest, so to speak, take a look at it, and bring things out that make them do things even beyond maybe what they envision. So I'm really excited. Theme is you are more powerful, and I'm excited to have you there again. So nice to see you.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be coming back.
Yeah, so you're going to be talking about your title is Becoming Self-Empowered, Exercise and Tools to Boost Your Success. So why don't you give us a trailer of what you're going to be going through?
Yeah, so in the last 7 years, I've been coaching hundreds of clients, like you said, all over the world. And what I realized was that there was this consistent theme with people that they wanted to do something, but they never felt that they even had the tools within themselves to do it. And they always thought it was like something or someone outside of them that would come and save them. I'm sure you've seen that before.
Yeah.
Or some kind of magic miracle where one day they just wake up and win the lottery and everything would be okay. And I realized that this is a form of thinking that exists in a lot of people, and it's not just a fear of doing the work, but it's a fear of failing, and even more so, it's a fear of succeeding. And what I came into contact with a lot of people is that we're conditioned from such an early age that we just can't, no matter what we want to do, we can't. And when you're a kid, that makes sense because you don't really know the world too well, and you might get yourself into some pretty unsafe territory if your parents just let you go off all the time without giving you any kind of instruction or like any rules or regulations. And it's funny because I remember when I was a kid, and I still harass my mom about this to this day, is I remember when it was winter time and my mom actually had me on a leash. It
Yeah.
looked like, and it was connected to my wrist, and everywhere I went I had like this little leash where I could only go so far. And I remember that created so much of like a sense within me that it's like I can only go so far. I'm not allowed to go any further than this. This is as far as I can go. And it was a story that I had created in my mind that I didn't even realize was ruling my life. That it's like, this is as far as you can go. You're not allowed to go any further. And it comes back to this leash story when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And it's such a subconscious paradigm, and so many of us have it in our own unique ways that it actually starts to govern how we do business, how we interact in relationships, how we make decisions, how we dream, how we envision, how we set goals. Everything is always then confined around some really deep subconscious story that was either given to us by our parents or our grandparents or whoever our caregivers were, and it seeps into our mind and it actually dictates the way that we operate. So what I wanted to do was to really create an environment for people to get really deep within their own programming, because many of us are operating this way unconsciously. Like, I didn't really know I was operating that way until someone called me out on it. And what I realized was that I didn't even want to acknowledge that because I was so afraid. There was so much fear associated with, for example, leaving my corporate job, right? Or going through a divorce, or leaving a religion, or all the steps that I've had to take in my life, moving out of an amazing 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom in downtown Toronto to go to I don't know where and do I don't know what. I've had so many situations in my life where I've had to step out of my comfort zone, where I've had to feel that inner resource within me that I got this and I'm going to take that leap of faith and everything's going to be okay. But the fear and the self-doubt and the criticism and the worry and the anxiety associated with those fears don't have to be as heavy for everyone else as they were for me. And so that's why I'm so passionate about teaching people and giving people the tool exercises in order to overcome these subconscious belief systems, in order for them to see actually they even exist within themselves. Some of you guys watching right now might not even realize that that's sitting there, but Selena Moon will come around and call you out on it. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, you will.
and when I do, you'll have the biggest breakthrough. So that's what I'm bringing to Elite this year.
Nice. Well, and we know, we take people through all kinds of emotional clearing stuff, and everybody knows, well, it happened when I was young. Everybody knows things happen from their childhood, but yet it's the things that you don't even realize, those decisions. And like what you said, you had that leash and we're entrepreneurs and business people, right? And we break the rules. So you're probably just a little kid that was so thrilled about the world. You just wanted to check it all out. But your mom's like, geez, you're 3 aisles over in the grocery store. I need to put that kid on a leash. And then he said, that's probably what she said. And then she probably thought, well, that's a really good idea, right? But they don't realize what that does. And parents grow up, can't have this, don't do that. No, you know what I mean? Because you're just trying to contain your kid, especially because you're a rule breaker anyway, right?
Always.
So it's all good. And, the power, obviously there's a lot of people that have done their work. And there's a big difference between having knowledge in your head and going through the experience in your body. And that's what's going to be the clincher in this weekend, because I'm going to take exercises from You Are More Powerful Than You Think and do clearing. You're going to take people through clearing things. Chris Zano is going to be there, going to take people through clearing things. Roberto Monaco is going to be there to show you how to take that in groups, and working on Joe Borio too. So this is going to be an experience that I can't say isn't even really going to be a chiropractic experience. This will be one of the most powerful self-development and empowering experiences in the profession. So I'm really excited to have you there. You made a big impact. People loved you last year in Chicago in our October annual. They talk about you. So I'm really excited to see the experience you're going to take the crowd through.
Yeah, I think for me, ultimately, like my highest excitement comes from looking at a room full of people and within half an hour, watching their faces change, watching their body language change, watching people come back into their true self, because they realize on some level there's been some kind of armor or mask or story that's been literally separating them from the person beside them, from the people in their lives. And it's amazing, because that's what I got to witness and experience when I was working at your last event in Chicago, just seeing the room and the faces change and having people recognize, like, hey, we can actually all work together and collaborate here. And there's all this love that we can have, but we all just shut it down because we're so afraid of one another and what people will think, and criticism and judgment and all that. So yeah, it's a great space. I'm excited to see everyone who comes out this year, and you always put on an amazing event. So you bring great speakers, and your PowerPoints are always just top notch. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you have too.
Cool. So that will be October 25th, 26th. It's in Newport Beach, California. There'll be the information and a link attached to that. Just go ahead and register and bring your team. We do boot camps in Elite where, there are 2.5 day experiences, and we take people through these clearings as well as showing you how to communicate chiropractic, obviously. And I do know from seeing that, and every person that attended those, and this, Selena, bring your team, because for you to go through this experience and leave your team home, number one, isn't fair. And number two, you're going to bring home empowered people. And the more empowered they are as a person, the more they're going to take responsibility, the more they're going to do what it needs to take. They're going to get the purpose, and they're going to speak with more conviction and purpose and act with responsibility on Monday. And that's what will grow your practice. That's what gives you freedom, sustainability, growth, and predictability. So bring your team, click on the link below, and we'll see you there. And I'm excited to actually go through the experience that with the crowd that you're going to take them through. So we'll see you then.
Amazing. Thank you for having me. See you guys soon.
All right.